Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. Today I want to respond to those crazies on YouTube who are claiming that Barack Obama is the Antichrist. You are out of your minds. Barack Obama is not the Antichrist. However, he will be defeated by the Antichrist. And there is a big difference. And we in America must be very concerned about the situation we now find our country is in. I am also responding to my critics on my previous program, in which I explained that Barack Obama is indeed found in Bible prophecy. Barack Obama is the personification of the leopard which comes up out of the sea in Daniel chapter 7. And he is the last king of the south, as prophesied by Daniel in chapter number 11. These prophecies are both critical in our understanding of the end times, which we are now entering into. Let's take a look at Barack Obama in Bible prophecy. In chapter 11, Daniel prophesies almost exclusively about our president, Barack Obama. For example, the first 12 verses are divided up into a 4-4-4 sequence. That number, 444, is Barack Obama's number. He is the 44th president, elected on the 4th of November. His number is not 666. 666 will defeat Barack Obama's number, which is 444. Following the first 12 verses in Daniel chapter 11 are 18 verses divided up into a 666 pattern. That is the number of the Antichrist. Barack Obama is not the Antichrist. Please remember, he will be defeated by the Antichrist. This must be our major concern as Americans in these end times. The Antichrist will defeat Barack Obama and the United States, as well as England and Russia, in World War III. He is working even today, behind the scenes, trying to foment World War III. In Daniel chapter 11, verse number 40, Daniel describes World War III. And at the time of the end shall the king of the south, who is Barack Obama, because his ancestors came from Kenya. In fact, a lot of people believe he was born in Kenya, will push against him. Now, push means provoke, and him is the premier of Russia. President Obama is going to provoke the premier of Russia into World War III. And the king of the north, that is the premier of Russia, shall come against him, that is President Obama, like a whirlwind. That means with air power, planes and missiles, and with chariots. That of course means tanks and armor, and with horsemen. That's the infantry and horsepower. And he shall enter into the countries, that is England and America, and shall overflow and pass through. He is going to decimate the West. In other words, the king of the north, the premier of Russia, is going to decimate the king of the south, Barack Obama, and England and America in World War III. Now, why will Barack Obama provoke World War III? Because I believe his honeymoon with the American people will soon be over. And the news media, along with the Democrats in Congress and Obama himself, will need some kind of diversion to draw attention away from his failed policies. And that is why I urge conservatives and Christians, do not attack our duly elected president, President Obama, or you are going to be blamed for his loss in popularity. You must pray for President Obama. No more of these crazy attacks on YouTube. Remember, you cannot hate someone you pray for. Let me repeat that. You cannot hate someone you pray for. You must pray for our nation and for President Obama. Now, the consequences of World War III are also prophesied by Daniel in chapter number 8, where the ram with 2 horns is defeated by the goat with 1 horn. The 2 horns on the ram symbolize England and America. The single horn on the goat symbolizes Russia. Remember, the Antichrist brings down all 3 horns, and all 3 nations will be subject to the one world government after World War III. Remember, the 444 sequence of verses in Daniel 11 is followed by the 666 sequence. In other words, the Antichrist will defeat the 444 number of Barack Obama. Now, the other amazing prophecy about Barack Obama is found in Daniel chapter number 7, where he sees a vision of 3 beasts coming up out of the sea, a bear, a lion, and a leopard. The lion is England, the bear is Russia, and the leopard is the United States of America. But the leopard is also an individual. Daniel makes it clear that the symbol of the leopard means both a country and the leader of that country. Let's look at what Daniel writes. After this I beheld, and another beast like a leopard, which had upon its back 4 wings, like a bird. And the leopard also had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. The 4 heads on the leopard symbolize the 4 branches of American government: the Senate, House, President, and the Supreme Court. The 4 wings symbolize our 4 branches of the military: the Army, Navy, Air Force, and the Marines. All have powerful air forces. And dominion certainly has been given to the United States of America. The skin of the leopard symbolizes the racial makeup of America. The leopard is both black and white. But the leopard also symbolizes Barack Obama. Like the United States, he reflects both our black and white cultures. He is like the leopard. And the 4 wings and the 4 heads, that symbolizes Barack Obama, because Barack Obama is the 44th President of the United States. Let me make one more thing clear. I want your negative responses. I want you to disagree with me, because I hope and pray that you are right and I am wrong. I hope Barack Obama is not the leopard in Daniel. I hope the United States is not the leopard in Daniel, but I know it is. And unless you and I pray and fast enough, America's fate will be the same as that of the whore of Babylon in the book of Revelation. We are going to be burned with fire. We will lose World War III. Barack Obama will be the last president of the United States and the last king of the South. If you would rather write to me instead of post a response, simply write to the address you see on your screen.